Hey guys, how y'all doing? Before I go to bed, I know it's late, and I know half of y'all are probably long sleep by now because it's after midnight. But I did some scrolling on TikTok, and I came across this very uh, viral post that this African lady posted. And you know how people have this trend where they share pictures of themselves and they have like these little quotes about their little journeys or whatever they're going through. Well, this specific one said that she wanted to share these specific quotes from another content creator uh, to explain why she chose not to have kids. And when I read them, and she explained how she valued herself along with that person's quotes about not having children, I said, wow. I said, I resonate along with her values too, because one thing I've never talked about on this channel or any other channel of mine was whenever people ask me, how come you don't have kids? Or how come you decided not to have children? Well, one, you don't know if I can have children at all. So let's just get the cat out the bag. Two, I get so tired of people. The minute I try to give them a short explanation so they can shut up and leave me alone, they still ramble on like, but why? Children are beautiful, blah, 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 blah. Well, good for you. I'm the fun auntie. That's the way I put it. Just like I told, some coworkers in the past that I worked with over time, same thing. I'm the fun auntie. I like my peace, my quiet, and my independence, okay? And that's okay. Some people just naturally choose not to have kids, or there's a reason they probably can't have them. And I try to explain to people, you don't know what people are going through. You don't know what kind of trauma that person has dealt with in the past. And I've had plenty of trauma in my time. And some of it is mainly probably the reason why I don't choose to have kids now. Because, yeah, I've had some shitty relationships in the past. I'm not going to lie. And, yeah, I just, it's like, what are you supposed to say? You want me to write a book? You want me to write an essay? Like, I feel like a lot of people just legit want you to cater to their needs or their projections when they project their feelings, or they try to sway you into changing your mind about something you don't want to do, like having kids. Because I don't understand why people just won't leave people alone when it comes to this subject. It's very touchy. For me, it's not, but for some others, it is. Like I said, people go through a lot. You don't know if women in the past have been, you know, essayed, to put it nicely, because, YouTube is very sensitive. So I have to censor myself. Um, or you don't know if women have been abused, by somebody in their family, like their father, an uncle, maybe a brother, even. There are a lot of people I know back home that have had similar situations. However, they ended up having children later in life, but some of them were so traumatized they didn't want no parts of a man, you know? And that's all I'm trying to get my point is across, is that when people tell you something and you're trying to figure out the why and you don't understand because you just can't see the person being by themselves, and you probably wish them well, sometimes you just gotta leave people alone. Because like I said, you don't know what they've been through or what they're currently dealing with. It's a mental thing, not necessarily a physical thing. For me personally, I'm gonna tell you right now, as a Black woman in today's society, I don't feel safe having kids. You know why? I'm gonna tell you why. One, I'm getting much older, and two, I don't want to be tied down to a man, especially when I don't like him already. So no. And three, kids are expensive. Okay? I like my financial freedom. I don't know about you guys. Kids are a beautiful thing, don't get me wrong, but they're not for everybody. And there are specific reasons why. For me, it's more financial freedom. I like to travel. I like my independence. And I just like the fact that I don't have no real responsibilities except for my bills and the roof over my head. That's it. Because, baby, I would probably crash out and probably have a mental breakdown. I'm not going to lie. I can handle certain things, but when it comes to kids, no. I will babysit. I'm a good babysitter, but then I'm gonna tell you, take your damn kid back, return to sender, okay? Because in the past, when my nieces were young, I babysat them. I'm a good listener. I'm a good babysitter. But would I ever have them on my own? Hell no. Okay? Sorry, but not sorry. They're just not for me. Okay? But anyway, before I go, I'm going to read these quotes that I found on TikTok. And I want y'all to take a listen to them. And tell me your thoughts on them. I'm serious. I really want to know your thoughts. So the first one says, I value my own freedom. I enjoy my independence and flexibility. 2, I don't want to be permanently tied to a man. Sorry. 3, I'm an academic. I only want to prioritize professional and career goals. 4, I prefer a quiet and spontaneous lifestyle. 5, children are expensive and I prefer financial stability. My money feels well spent on buying handbags and flight tickets than funding school fees and curricular activities. 6, I lack desire. I simply don't feel the emotional pull to parent. 7, I dislike pain. Childbirth seems like a near-death experience and it is absolutely scary. 8, I hate being inconvenienced. I don't like noise nor an untidy place. 9, I feel fulfilled and happy without children. 10, I would be devastated to hear that a whole human being who is fully dependent on me emotionally, physically, and financially. 11, I love my own peace and quiet. Hearing someone calling me throughout the day would send me to a mental health institution. And 12, please don't project your own goals and what you want of your life on me. Yes, I'm selfish. And no, I will not regret any decisions that I take now in my 20s. Well, for me, it's my 30s, but for this person, whoever wrote these quotes said they were in their 20s. And I'm going to tell you what I resonated the most with these quotes that they wrote down for the reasons they prefer not to have children. Number 1 is one of my main values, the one where they mentioned they value their own freedom and their independence and flexibility. That's a big one for me, like I just told y'all. The other one I really resonated with was number 2. Don't want to be permanently tied to a man. Nope. First of all, y'all already know I'm on the other side. So that's a given. There's no going back to that BS. No. Now, I would definitely say number 4 is definitely another value that resonates with me. I prefer a quiet and spontaneous lifestyle. I'm naturally quiet. I'm a hella introvert person. I'm the type of person that's just like, leave me alone. I'll talk to you later. Or I'll text you. Or maybe if you leave me a voicemail, maybe I'll call you back when I feel like talking on the phone. I'm that person, okay? My peace is sacred. I value my peace. my quiet and my motherfucking freedom. I cannot stress it enough. Because when I tell y'all, when people call me a million times a day and act like I don't have nothing going on with my life, now that I'm working a 9 to 5 again, I'm not going to answer the phone every time you call my black ass. I'm going to let you know that right now. You're going to go straight to voicemail. And unless it is a dire emergency, you better text me, because I'm not going to call you every day like one of my homeboys back home in Texas that calls me damn near every day of the week and texts me in the middle of the night. No, it's called boundaries. You set boundaries, you put person in check nicely and politely, and you just let them know, I'm busy, I will talk to you later. What you doing? Sleep in the bed like you should be in the bed at midnight. Don't be bothering me because you can't sleep. That ain't my problem. That's a you problem, okay? But anyway, I'm gonna tell you the other one that really, really resonated with me was number 5. Children are expensive. Hell yeah, they're expensive. My thing is, what do I look like taking the time, if I were like to say have children or whatever, or kids, which is not happening at all. What do I look like having kids while I'm in an unstable, financial situation? I feel like if you are single like me, and it doesn't matter what age you are, you could be in your 20s, you could be in your 30s, hell, you could be in your 40s, because a lot of women are having children in their late 40s, early 50s now. I don't know why they think that's a good idea. But anyway, I don't feel safe knowing that I'm in an unstable financial situation. I feel like if I'm not financially stable, why would I bring another human being into this world knowing my financial situation? That's just going to make it worse. And the last thing I want to do is put a burden on myself. I'm sorry, but I'm not going to put myself in a deeper hole than what I need to be in behind, having a child, especially when my situation is all messed up. Now, if I was in a better, light as far as like financial wise, maybe. But I know for a fact in my mind right now, and for the past, 10 or 15 years now, I just never saw myself just having children. I just feel like if you want to do the family thing, that's fine. But don't project your, your visions or your dreams on somebody else that doesn't want the same thing. That's all I'm saying. Because a lot of people really don't want kids. You'd be surprised how many of them are. And there's actually groups that are designed for single women without children that actually travel the world. And there's actually groups specifically designed for women who just want support. Like, how they have like those support groups for women that have been through like, terrible situations, like, or some type of a trauma. They have those type of groups too. Because again, I don't care how much fun a person says it is to have a kid. I don't care how much they say, oh, the family thing is everything. Or, they poke fun and tease me. I've had a lot of people in the past who I thought were friends that are not really friends no more, long time ago, matter of fact, that would literally laugh in my face and make fun of me and be like, oh, well, who's going to wipe your ass when you get old and gray? You're going to be in a nursing home because no one's going to take care of you. Or you're going to be that cat lady with like 20 or 30 cats in your home. Now, I'm just exaggerating about the last part, but I've had some hating ass hoes, let's just call it for what it is, not real friends, literally flat out say it to my face, like, You should have kids. Da 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 da. I said, that's your vision. That's your projection. I don't care because I know myself. I'm going to tell you right now. Mentally, I'm here. Physically, I'm here. Emotionally, I'm not here for children. I'm sorry. I am not emotionally available. Don't even get me started. Okay? Because I will tell you right off the bat, I will crash the fuck out. I seriously will because I know myself. And for the women who just constantly just try to pressure other women who happen to be single and childless and manless, I might add, because there's a lot of women that are single without men, and then they're stuck with a baby on their hip, and then they wonder why they're fucking miserable. There's a whole bunch of them. But anyway, those women who portray the family deal, I feel like, in my opinion, the ones that always constantly post all these sweet nothings on their social media with, family portraits and soccer mom shit. Yeah, those are miserable motherfuckers. Okay. A true happy woman that truly enjoys her family and truly enjoys her kids, they're not gonna constantly keep posting 1,000 posts a day to prove to the world that the reason they're so valid is because they have a family and they're the pitch perfect people on planet Earth. I'm gonna tell you, people that are truly happy, they're quiet. They're very quiet. A lot of people that I personally witness, like my brother, for example, you will never know that my brother exists. Let's put it out there. My brother has Facebook. He's not on Instagram. He's not on YouTube, and he's not on TikTok. But my brother barely posts anything about his kids. He barely posts anything about his wife. Is he happy? I think so. I'm not too sure because I'm not very close to them like that. But when he does post something, it's like once in a blue moon. He'll be like, happy anniversary to my beautiful wife, sweet nothings, sweet nothings. Now the wife, she's always posting, but she'd be posting like either the kids or something with school or something because she's a proud mom, quote unquote. Which she might be, I don't know. But my brother, no, you'll never, ever hear from him on social media bragging about his kids or bragging about his wife. You will only see him pop up when it's a holiday or when it's somebody's birthday or when it's his anniversary with his wife. That's like the only time you'll see any type of activity with my brother on social media. But the point is, what I'm trying to make the point of, sometimes it be the quiet ones that you least expect that are the happy ones. The ones that people think that are out and loud and proud about bragging rights and, being valid on social media, those are the miserable, unhappiest people on earth. I don't give a fuck what nobody say. They are unhappy. They are miserable with their lives. Majority of them, yes. Because I've seen a lot of documentaries, on, I think Netflix and stuff, where people will like literally, show these stories about these, famous people, like some famous TikTok mom, for example, that always, constantly posted stuff on TikTok with her kids. And she was just such a happy-go-lucky mom. And she just had the pitch perfect family. Well, you know what happened? That TikTok mom ended up getting arrested. You know why? Because she was an abuser. She locked her children in a closet and she starved them for days and people didn't even know it. But she was the main one posting every damn thing on social media like she just had the perfect family in this big ass mansion looking house in California somewhere. But you turn around and find out on a documentary on Netflix, she was low-key abusing her own children behind closed doors. And nobody knew it until they got a tip, I think from CPS or somebody. I think CPS had tipped them off when they noticed her children were smaller than usual. Like, it was bad, y'all. I'm not even exaggerating. Like, her children were skin and bones, and they can tell that they were being starved. They weren't being fed. So that's when they went inside her house. They raided her house. They arrested her, and I think whoever the other person was that was with her. I don't know if there was a man with her or not, but I think she was a single parent. I don't know the whole story about her. But yeah, look her up, Google her. TikTok mom arrested for starving kids, abusing kids. And she had millions of followers. Millions. All over TikTok, all over YouTube, everywhere. Everybody loved her. Everybody loved her kids because they thought she was the most perfect image of a white family in the hills of California, and didn't realize she was abusing the hell out them kids and starving them. That's what I'm trying to tell y'all. Everything you see is probably not true. Sometimes the things you see on social media, of course, they're going to be a lie. People lie all the time to make themselves feel good. Do I lie? No, I don't lie. I'm going to tell you the truth, but I'm going to do it in a funny way. It doesn't matter if I'm miserable. It doesn't matter if I'm not feeling good. I'm still going to make something funny out of it to make myself feel good, but am I going to lie about my lavish movie star life? No. I don't have a movie star life. I'm broke. Let's be honest. Let's be real. What do I have to lie about? I'm not gaining anything out of it. I'm not trying to impress anybody. I'm not getting paid for this shit. So unless I'm getting paid for this so-called lavish, quote-unquote, lifestyle, no, I'm not doing shit on social media. But that's my whole point. You can't go off of what you see or what you perceive to be the perfect life or the perfect mom, because they just constantly post all these perfect photos and perfect videos, like their life isn't in shambles and it's low-key in shambles. Either their man's beating their ass or they're beating their kids' ass and they're starving them. It's sad. But yeah, anyway, it's almost 12:30. I'm not going to be on here very long. I just thought I shared my little tidbits on, the values and the importance of why people like me just choose not to have kids. Because I don't feel pressured in today's society with all the craziness and the chaos and the protests going on. You think I want to bring another human being into this world? No. And as a black woman too. And then have my own children traumatized by the bullshit that I did not ask to create? No. I don't think so. But anyway, I've said my 2 cents. I hope you guys enjoyed this lovely conversation. And I hope that, you take it with a grain of salt. Hopefully I didn't offend any of the mothers out there, being a single, childless person who has the freedom to do whatever the fuck I want to do. But all I'm saying, sometimes you just gotta let people be. Let them be. If they don't want kids, fine. Leave them alone. But anyway, y'all have a good night. I'll talk to y'all next time. Bye.